Hello YouTubers, Tross here, back playing some more Kerbal Space Program 0.9 Beta Career Mode. And last time we earned a lot of funds and a lot of science, so we're going to be spending them here. And then hopefully going to rescue a Kerbal from orbit. The first thing I want to do is upgrade the astronaut complex, and that will let us have more active Kerbals, and the Kerbals can perform EVAs and place flags. So I'm going to do that now. And the building has upgraded. And I think the other upgrade I'm going to do right now is is the tracking station. And this will allow us to keep better track of things, and we'll have patched conics visible in the map. This is a little on the expensive side, but there's only one upgrade that's currently cheaper, and that would be the administration building, and don't really think we need that right now. After that, I think I would want to upgrade the VAB, as don't want to go in it again. Let's right click. The VAB will allow us to build larger ships. We're currently limited to 30 parts. So let's do that upgrade. I don't want to spend too much more because I want to make sure I have enough for at least one, actually two I should say, ships, just in case something goes disastrously wrong. So before we start the rescue mission, I want to... Hey, Gene. Check in at Mission Control and see if there's any contracts that we can take. Let's see. This is probably doable, but seeing as it only basically gives us 1,000. I'm not really sure it's worth it. I mean, definitely coming down, pop the parachute between 10 and 7,000 while going between that speed seems doable. Now this, I wouldn't go for, except that it has 48 science attached to it. It's basically the same thing. We have a larger altitude range, bit tighter speed range, but you're going to be passing through that speed somewhere in that range, hopefully. Assuming you should be going more than 360 at 1270. I think we're going to take this one. 48.7S. I'm gonna just take a second here. That one. Trying to look up what that part is in the wiki. There we go. The 48.7S is the small orange booster liquid rocket. It's weaker than a LV-909. I mean, this is something we could do, but it's not going to get into space with just that. a solid fuel booster. That's basically not really worth it. These are the visual survey points in the southern hemisphere. Not too bad of a payout, but right now, I don't think the craft we have would make it to all those points. So that's... We got one surface, two surface, and that's... that would be a problem as well. 'Cause need some stairs to get back in. Position satellite in a specific orbit. That's a very good completion bonus. It's around the moon. Yeah. Why is that simpler than this one that's around Kerbin? Oh, this is Moon 2. I thought I had one for Kerbin. Maybe that expired. Well, I think that's all I'm going to take right now. I want to go for this Winley Rescue, and this is going to give us a decent completion bonus. I'd also like to I like to test this one. Skipper liquid engine while orbiting Kerbin. I think I might do that first. Got a year for this. And test that parachute. Alright. What science will we need? Or what new tech? Fuel ducts are useful. I'm thinking, though, having a thermometer. Although, solar panels. Solar panels are the big one, I think. Let's take solar panels. And this would be nice. Just structural fuselage. Let's go with this for now and see how we do. Alright, I'm thinking we should do the rescue mission first. So I'm going to have 2 pods like that. And we don't need any science. And parachute. So I'm just going to put that parachute on there like that. And while we're at it, include a pair of these parachutes. So we want to make sure these guys come back all safe and sound. Yeah, it's unevenly. So let's see, we will also need some fuel and an engine. And that's about 4 tons and 7 parts. Now we need to get this up into orbit. And that's where the trick comes in. Alright, we're gonna need a decoupler. And go with 2 of these tanks. That's it. 2 of those tanks. And an engine. Let's just keep that on so I can keep track of my part count. I think I know how I'm going to do this. Let's make a copy of that. That's not how I... Alright, let's put you up here like that. And that will give it support. And to go along with that, two solid rockets. Again with little struts to hold them from wobbling around too much. And I think that's it. Just because they're cheap, I am going to put on one stability enhancer here. And we are up to mission 12. Save there. And we have Jebediah as our pilot. Hopefully that will get him the star back after his tragic accident. So let's make sure we have the staging right. We will launch with the 2 solids and these 2 rockets. We want the 2 solids to drop off first. These will be at 50% and probably even less as we get going fast. Once these drop off, we will throttle back up. Then when the sides run out, we will drop them off. And I'll be here. This should be in the first stage. So when we drop those off, we'll actually fire this rocket at the same time. When we get up to orbit, we should be just on this rocket. 28. Huh. Well, we don't have it yet. Anyway, I was wondering whether we should put in some RCS, but we will have enough SAS torque with 2 capsules that we shouldn't have too much trouble. I think this is the ship we're going to go with, so let's save and launch. A little wobbly there. Probably also should have angled the ship down. Probably wanted to put solar panels on, but we'll be okay. We'll look at the parachute on the way down. We just need to rescue, and these other 2 that we have are not for this time. Okay, let's turn on SAS, and we'll take off in 3, 2, 1. Lift off. Going pretty nicely so far. Just crossing 100 meters per second. Solids are about to run out, so we're going to throttle up. And that did not go well at all. Well, let's see if we can get that parachute. We need to be passing 360 meters per second before we drop below 3,000-ish, and I don't think we are going to get it. And no, we're only doing about 130. Let's pop those parachutes. So this parachute has already slowed us down to about 17, 18 meters per second. I'm going to fast forward us a bit here. Gonna slow down again when we get close to 500. Alright, there's the other parachutes. And we're still a little on the fast side. So I'm gonna put the rocket on slightly. That should be a safe landing at this point. Okay, let us recover the vehicle. Well, I did not check how much funds we had, but I'm sure we lost funds. Alright, what can we do to improve that? Well, let's see, if we put these down, here, and attach those like that. Alright, this is still staged correctly, and just to be sure, let's zoom in here so it's easier to see. I think the tips tipped in, so these will stop that, and the tops will tip out now. So the bottoms will come together, but by the time they do, we'll still be thrusting up and these will be falling off. So they may hit each other, but at that point we'll be out of the way. And I turn the thrust down so this doesn't damage anything, and it's also off to the side. Hopefully miss. Look at that, these aren't even on straight. And I'm gonna say, look at that, these aren't even on straight. There we go. Alright. Let's also bring these down a bit. There we go. We are now at the part limit. But I think we should be good to go. Just hit save. Let's try that again. Alright, stop wobbling about. Turn on SAS. Throttle up slightly. And let's go in 3, 2, 1. right? But so was last time at the beginning. I throttled up a bit because I want to be close to 200 when the solids run out. And last time we weren't there. We're getting closer this time, so that's good. I'm gonna throttle all the way up now. And then the same problem occurs. Let's revert that flight. We're gonna go back to vehicle assembly. I lived with the first time, but did these not go off at the appropriate time? So maybe I limited the thrust too much. Let's leave them at 100. Alright, turning on SAS. Lift off in 3, 2, 1. Okay, so far. Approaching the solid fuel running out, so we'll have to keep an extra eye on what happens this time. Throttling all the way up. Ejecting. Why do these not look like they are going at all? This should eject with some force too, and it's not. Seemingly not. Alright, he's attaching that. Let's use these new offset controls, and I want to move these down as far as possible. Alright, those supports should work. One more try. Little wobbler, a little more wobbly, but I guess that's to be expected. Turning on SAS, and 3, 2, 1. This time there should be no way they can rotate back in. Okay, they didn't. But also, the Separatrons didn't seem to fire. Throttle all the way, which I forgot to do this time. But we're doing okay. Should start to pick up speed as we get to about 10 or 12,000 meters. Beginning to do now. Gonna start turning over. It's maybe about 60. And yeah, we're starting to pick up speed now. Let's he's about 90. Can we set him as a target? Yes, we can. Alright, we're about to stage here. And that went okay. Again, it was a little dangerous. The sun is beginning to rise. Alright, we're ahead of this guy, so we want to go into a slightly higher orbit to let him catch up. Looks like we will have plenty of fuel. So I'm going to have this go up to about 100 there. And we can add maneuver nodes now that we have upgraded our tracking station. So we'll aim for something like that at first. Oh. Yeah, the wrong... What did I do? I pulled on the wrong... Cancel. Add maneuver. Something like that, and I want to start burning about 25 seconds to the node. I'm going to do 30, just to be a little safe. And 3, 2, 1... go. So I overdid it, but not that much. Let's clear that node. Alright, it looks like looks like our orbits are about the same. We're actually, looks like I'm getting further away per orbit. So it means I need to raise the orbit on one side. And actually, if I do this at one of the points where our orbits cross currently, which this looks like one of them, get that to stay up. Five, 3, 2.7, 0.5. That's just about perfect. I'll need to do another burn there. So now we just need to point at our intercept, or our target, I should say, and then do an approximate 5-second burn in about 11 minutes. Something like that. Alright, we're using some power up here, but we do have 100 power and we still have 97 left or so. Alright, I'm going to time warp here. Get close to our burn point. Alrighty. We're about to go behind Kerbin, but we're going to do our burn first. Came off the point slightly. I'm going to only throttle up to about a quarter. So we want to be relatively accurate on this one. And so that means I'll start at 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. I think that's about as good as I can get it. Which means I can deal with 4 kilometers. Oh. Yes, I forgot. Well, not that I forgot, but this engine does produce electricity. The smaller engine that we could be using if we got rid of this stage wouldn't. So keeping this around is keeping us charged. Alrighty. So let's I'm gonna put an intercept point just there. It's a rough indication of when we want to do the burn. We want to, at that point, I want to be at not time warping and getting ready to match our target speed. Wondering why that is so high. If it's an upgrade we're missing or something. Anyway, let us time warp around here. We are going way out in a water orbit here. Okay, there he is. And we want to probably have already caught up with him. I'm going to get relative target speed down to 0. No, I don't want to focus on Kerbin. I want to focus on view him in the tracking station. Well, I guess we can't fly him. Yet. Do we have to get closer? Okay, we're now heading towards them about 28 meters per second, and that should get us within 1.5 kilometers. I'm hoping that once we're within the loading zone, which is about 2 kilometers, to load full models or. Anyway, that will be close enough for us to count as being close enough that he can use his BACC and come on over. Let's see, this is about 2 minutes away. We still have plenty of power. And plenty of liquid fuel. Unfortunately, looks like the sun will just set when this does occur. Alright. Looks like we have to go a little closer, but it's fine. Here we go, 1.9. Can we get you on your packs? Turn you there. And boost forward a bit. Got some EVA propellant we need to keep track of. But otherwise, we're doing good. Going a bit high. Looks like we're going a bit fast, so let's slow down here. Slow down. Alright, that's definitely a manageable speed. Hard to tell, but I mean, probably going 2 meters a second now, where we're likely going over 20. At least at first. And of course, now you have to go away. Alright, we're within 100 meters. Should start seeing headlights on the ship soon. Slow down a bit. Down a bit. Alrighty. Here we are. Where is... the hatches are over here. Let's flip back. Do a little bit of a roll. Forward, up. Grab. Do an EVA report. And let's board. And, hey, yeah, we got you. Alright, we have a ship full of fuel. Kerbal Space Center has just had sunrise. That should be a decent re-entry. And away we go. He is now part of our space program crew. And we got a little bit of bonus for that. So we are now heading down. And that should be near Kerbin. Kerbal Space Center, I should say. Not exactly sure where it will be, but let's fast forward. At least until we hit the atmosphere. Alright, there we go. Let us get rid of this stage. And we did the parachute. No, we didn't do the parachute test. We need to do the parachute test, so that's the next thing. So we just gotta keep our eye on that. I'm gonna turn off SAS now. So when all these go green, sometime below 12 kilometers, while we're between 3 and 500, or 4 and 500 meters per second. Need to pop the parachutes. It's going to be a little hard to see this. I know YouTube doesn't like dark video games, but just was able to afford lights and still don't really have the part count to include them. So I'm sorry about that. We are coming down decently. We're still slightly picking up speed, but we are in the upper atmosphere, so that should not last for too much longer. We are coming down, and hopefully we'll land near Kerbal Space Center to get the maximum recovery bonus. This looks like the desert on the continent west of Kerbal Space Center, so we'll have an ocean to clear and then the mountains in Kerbal Space Center. Yeah, there's the desert, the ocean to cross, and our periapsis is dropping, but that's indicating that we are slowing down. Or at least not speeding up as quickly as we should be if there was no atmosphere. Because we are still slightly increasing in speed. Looks like we're going to have a sunrise soon, and that will hopefully make the video better to see. Alright, we're at 45 kilometers up. And there is sunrise. See the ground passing underneath. There's the ocean. Yeah, we're gonna fall short. Always seem to fall short. Not sure. I always had heard put the periapsis about this height, about 30 kilometers up over where you want to land. It's hard to do that. I had it 20 kilometers up over someplace east of where I wanted to land, but apparently probably should have not put it that low. Alright, we are starting to get re-entry effects. Probably going to drop in the water before this land. We are slowing down. We're down about 22 kilometers now. Still over a kilometer per second. Alright, we're approaching 15 kilometers now, and we're at still at over 600 meters per second. Alright, we're in the speed zone now. Now we just need to wait for our altitude to drop, and let's test those parachutes. I forgot that the engine was in there as a stage. We probably will be needing the engine to slow down before we hit the water. Slow down nicely. We're about 120 meters per second. The upper parachute should open about 2.5 kilometers up, slowing us further. Alright, should open any moment now. There it goes. Slow down to about 20 meters per second. A little less than that. I'm going to use some physical time warp now. And when we're down to about 500, I will break out of it to allow the other two parachutes to open. We're down to about 15 meters per second, and here come the other two parachutes. Alright, we're under 7, but still going to be a bit of a hard landing. Throttle up a bit. Want to get under 5. There we go. 4.8. And then cut it as soon as we hit the water. Alrighty. I am going to have Jebediah EVA here. Do an EVA report. Really? Not worth anything? Can you do an EVA report now? Well, can you not take samples? No samples. There we go. Turn back over so your hatches are up. Alright. Let us recover. We earned 8 science, at least from the ship. Just above the grasslands. Where were we? Got 3,000 and change funds back. 76 recovery value. And we got Thompson Kerman joining the space program. And we got a 50,000 completion bonus. Although we did have a problem with the launch. So some of that got wasted. Of course, we got 48 science from completion rewards. So I'm going to call it here for this episode. We got some things done, but obviously we need to upgrade the R&D Center for surface samples. Definitely would have liked to get a bit more so that we could get this upgraded. $255 parts will last you for a while. So yeah, we definitely want to get this upgraded. I'm thinking next time we do the skipper engine. That definitely sounds like a challenge. We made it into orbit with a bit to spare, but if we were carrying a skipper engine up as well. So I'll have to see next time how we can do that. But that'll be next time, and I'll see you then. Thanks for watching.